Hey guys, welcome to another video, and we're back in Miscreated. Update 44 has seen a number of changes come to the game, and that has included a range of map alterations. And in this video we're going to look at the military base slash airports up on the ridge. The military base is our main focus. As you see here, we're coming down from the bank onto the site, and the first thing you'll notice are these yellow and blue tarps that are now attached to the metal fencing. And I think these look great, but they also act as cover for any incoming players. And I think that there's a general trend towards adding cover at the base, maybe to encourage gunfights, chance encounters, that sort of thing, because as you move around it's harder to see into the base. Now these tents here, these dome tents on the left, have been moved that way to make way for this little training area, obstacle course for the incumbent soldiers who used to live here. You can see we've got the wall to climb over at the end, we've got the tunnels to go through and the tyres to jump into. We've got blocks around which kind of create zones, if you like, but also act again as cover. And then as we look into this field area here, to the right there's like a mess tent, and you can imagine more tables here, and these green areas, they may well have been used for meeting in as well, which kind of makes sense. You've got these tents. Now I think there were 8 of those, so there's less of those, and then we come onto these metal barracks. They're corrugated steel barracks, and there's only 2 of those on either side here. There were more before, there were 3, but we've got the 3 bigger military tents lined up beside those there. Plenty of foliage around. We've got increased numbers of sandbags, again more cover, more segregation. As you move back up this way, it looks pretty barren. There's less of the corrugated barracks, and then we come into this shooting range here. So more storyline built into the layout of the base now. Less points to loot in on this side of things, and we've got this bank that looks down, and then we come across to this area. This has always been a very green area over this side. And in here we've got the military tents that were there before, but less of these corrugated steel barracks. There was one in the middle, but now there's those concrete blocks. Keep moving along. Access to the industrial area is now easier. You can just go straight through there, and this is pretty much the same as it was before. These containers lined up, some of them you can access. As we head down into the main residential part of the base with the white houses, you'll find that all the houses are now open, which was different before. And we've got these sandbags lined up as well. And as we look down, there's the same foliage, the same cover, additional barrels and other sandbags listed around. But as you can see, all of those open now, which makes up for the lack of corrugated barracks that we've been seeing already. So there may still be the same amount of loot. Just you are going to have to go into the houses. Now the houses do provide some of the best PvP action, so that's quite cool. These are the same. You've got 3 barracks there with the additional concrete blocks. Those were added in the patch before last. We've still got the towers as normal. In fact, there's not a lot of change over this side. We've got the warehouse or the office as per usual there, the same, with the access to the generator near the road. We've got the same number of cars, still spawning guns and ammo. We've got these additional blocks down this side. And then as we come round the back of the military base, nearest to the sea, of course we have the lookout tower, and we have less of the corrugated barracks, which I've always found are excellent for loot. That might be the reason why they've taken those out. Obviously, with Hayward City now on the map, this isn't necessarily the first place to come for loot, and they're potentially discouraging people heading straight for this zone. They're probably trying to make sure that people spread out across the map a bit more, potentially, and they're opening up new parts of the map all the time. So those are the main changes to the military base. If we get up here, you can see the airport looks pretty much the same. I think there's some additional markings. And as we go up the tower and look down on the base, it's a bit clearer from up here. There's less buildings, there's less going on, but potentially just as much loot. Guys, I hope you found this useful. If you did, click the thumbs up. And if you haven't subbed already, it'd be really cool if you could. Thanks for watching.